Alright, guys, it's Strider Zero, and we're back for some more Mystic Podcast, episode 10. And, as always, we are joined by
me, Donitaly92.
Yep.
How you all doing?
Well, I'm doing fine, I think.
You think? You should know.
Well, I have an arrow up my ass, but other than that...
Hey.
Hey.
It's not my fault that you like that.
I don't, in fact,
Alright, sorry. I was confusing you with Hedon, who likes to hurt himself.
I am into masochism somewhat, but not to that level.
No, he just likes pinching his skin every few minutes.
Yep. Ow, fuck.
It makes him feel alive.
Better, yeah, I guess better alive than dead, I guess.
Yep, but, well, as we all know, since the last podcast was recording, we had Halloween. Yay!
Yay.
So did everyone get their candy? No? Well, neither did I. I was working. What about you, Strider? Were you scaring the kids with your I don't even know what to call it. Your
Stoic.
I mean, I'm not trying to... Your, stoic look?
In fact, I stayed in my room with the lights off so nobody would knock on the door and make my dog go ballistic, but
They did anyway.
But if I were to scare some people, I would only have to look at them and not make a facial expression. They would realize this guy is the male Kristen Stewart. But
No. You're nowhere near. Like, the emotionless face you give has more emotion than Kristen Stewart.
true.
Alright? And you actually have the ability to smile, genuinely.
Yeah.
Alright? You actually have emotions. You just, more often than not, don't show them.
Yeah, that's true.
She has no emotions. So you know what she is? She is Psy.
Yeah, exactly.
But the fact of the matter is, though, Psy is still better at emotions than she is.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's besides the point. Of course, as you all people know, at this time we are in what people refer to as the holiday season. So, everyone's getting ready for Thanksgiving, figure out, oh, what are we gonna make? And then, people are coming up with their Christmas list so they can tell everybody, this is the stuff I want. Give it to me now. But, so, as I was thinking, I already mentioned, I was working on Halloween, so that made me think, obviously I'm sitting there thinking about the holidays and a lot of the things that I enjoy, food-wise, from these holidays, such as pumpkin pie, the delicious turkey with cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes and gravy, and all that other good stuff.
Uh-huh.
Some other more Christmas-specific stuff, like, all the cookies that my mom bakes, the Italian cookie known as pizzelles and biscottis.
Oh.
You also have my grandmother's Easter bread, which we always make for Christmas and Easter, but that's besides the point. And all the other goodies. Now, of course, my favorite thing, which actually spans both holidays, is eggnog.
Eggnog.
I'm like, if you've ever, like, I am as close, like, love eggnog. Like, I don't act as crazed for eggnog as Timmy's dad in Fairly Odd Parents. Have you ever seen his craziness for eggnog?
Eggnog.
Nog. But it makes me, like, I literally, like, when eggnog comes out and I see it and I'm like, I gotta get it. My blood nog is low. That's how much. And my favorite thing about the holidays and nog is on Thanksgiving morning, And Christmas morning for breakfast, I have a nice, delicious glass of eggnog with rum in it.
Huh.
Because it is awesome.
Nice.
Wake up first thing in the morning on Christmas and Thanksgiving. Oh, I just woke up. It's time for some rum and nog.
Jeez.
Yes. But I also have some interesting stories to tell. Now, the first one I'm going to tell is a funny story about Thanksgiving that kind of sort of turned into a tradition, which makes it even funnier. Now, this happened a couple years ago at my aunt's house, who on my dad's side of the family. Now, for the majority of after she got married, she moved up to Pittsburgh, and it was only in the recent years at this time. It was like maybe a year or two after she moved to Westchester, and so she was close enough that she could host a holiday. So she was hosting Thanksgiving, and now she has, it was, the typical suburban home. So she had that whole, thing where it transitions from just like the living room to some type of like middle room, wherever, like with a table and chairs, and then like you have the kitchen. Even though she already has, so I mean, you live in a suburban type home.
Yep.
So it's something like that. And so she would, she would set up tables so that way we could have one long to, put covers over them, so that we'd have one long which would make one long table that went from the one side of the room to the other side of the room. So everyone could fit because there was a lot of people. Now, this was the first time she hosted it, so since the first time she ever hosted Thanksgiving, the one thing she didn't realize was that she needed more than one basket of bread, because that one basket of bread can only be in one area at a time. It can't be in multiple areas, especially when it happened to be at one end of the table and someone at the other end of the table needed bread. Now my uncle, who was sitting at the one end of the table by the fireplace in the living room, asked for bread, and it was on the other side of the room, at the other end of the table by the kitchen. So instead of passing it down the 10 or 15 people on one side of the table to, pass it down, they throw a roll to him. Now, that doesn't seem like much until we find out that he threw it slightly too high, and it hit the ceiling fan and was shredded into pieces. Went all over the place. Now, what made this funnier is now, every time we have Thanksgiving at her house, at the beginning, even though now she knows to have more baskets of bread, but at the beginning of every Thanksgiving meal, we do the ceremonial tossing of the roll from one end of the table to the other.
Nice.
Now, obviously, this time we're trying to make sure it doesn't hit the fan and go all over the place, but it's just funny how a tradition started because of an accident.
Nice, I like that.
Now, the other story now, I don't know if this happens with your parents or anybody else's parents, but my parents, especially when it comes to wrapping the Christmas presents, a lot of the times it's, especially now that we're since now it's like less toys and mostly like DVDs, CDs, games and whatnot. It's obvious. It's easy to tell by dimensions of the box what it is, and you can feel it by if you give it a light tap. So they get creative with they'll take stuff like the boxes of food and various other products, and they'll use them to put the gifts in and then wrap that box. Mm-hmm. Try and get creative to try and trick us. You know where I'm getting at this, right?
Yeah, my dad once wrapped a Christmas present where it was like inside one of those gift bags. Mm-hmm. He shoved a bunch of the paper in, and he threw a bunch of my toy cars in there, so that I had to sift through it to get to my present.
But see, the story is about this one particular funny wrapping that was performed. Now, this happened to my older brother. My parents, to try and get a kick out of it, I don't remember what was in the box, but when he opened that wrapping, all our mouths just dropped. My parents wrapped a particular gift that one year at Christmas, for my older brother in a maxi pad box.
Oh no. That is wow.
We were just bawling out laughing. Because we're like... I still laugh to this day whenever I think about it.
As evidence on, right now.
Yeah. It's just... But it's funny when you, because, parents do that a lot of times. Like, for instance, when my sister, for her 16th birthday, they put some random gift in a cell phone box case. So she thought she was getting a cell phone for her birthday.
Oh, shit.
That was a troll. But this time, it was even funnier. That time was funny because it was trolled. This time was funny because it was just because of what it was in.
Uh-huh.
They'll use cereal boxes or granola bar boxes or whatever. But the fact that they used that box for a gift that I don't even remember for my older brother, it was just hilarious. So that's my little, quip of this week.
That's cool. Yeah.
Oh, I did forget to mention one other thing that is Christmas related in terms of food.
Right.
And this was the thing that really hits the spot, and that is my grandmother on my mother's side. Her Christmas Eve dinner, from start to finish, it's just 100% amazing.
Uh-huh.
Because first of all, being the cousins of a very Italian person,
oh boy,
you know what Christmas Eve is all about for Italians.
Oh, I'm sure. I've never been there for Christmas Eve, but yeah.
The Feast of the Seven Fishes.
Oh boy.
And she cooking 7 different fishes, or seafood, because it's, fish and shellfish, 7 different ones in her homemade tomato sauce, and then putting that all over pasta is to die for.
Wow.
And then, the whole meal is an experience, because it's multiple courses, Then we have a salad, and then we have a fruit and nut course, then we have a dessert course. It's just, the whole night is just amazing. Food-wise. Oh my god. Yes. I freaking start the meal. Eat que mas, bitches.
Yeah.
But yes, oh my god, and I thought I was gonna I was gonna learn the ending phrase for this video, but I forgot.
Gocho sama deshita.
Yeah, alright, Star Tune. Alright. So yeah, that's my little bit about holiday food and some funny memories.
That's cool. I don't really have too
many,
but a lot of times, I'll make something for Thanksgiving, like a dessert or something.
Hold on. You cook? Since when?
I'm actually not. I'm not a half bad cook or baker actually.
So you're saying you're better than AZX?
No, I wouldn't say that, but well, he's gotten a lot better, but I can cook well enough to
live on your own. If you were to live on your own, you could make some good food.
Yeah,
somewhat.
Basically. And I have this ice cream maker, and every time I've done it, I've screwed up, except for one time. And sometimes I did it right, but there was just something wrong with it. It just didn't freeze properly. And the one time I did it right was for Thanksgiving, and it was wow. And luckily enough, that particular Thanksgiving dinner was it was the best. My mom ever made the turkey. It was the best. she ever made like this broccoli, like this garlic and like sautéed like garlic and oil like type of broccoli and like mashed potatoes. It was all like it was like the best we had ever done, and like the best ice cream I've ever done. It was like this like awesome meal that we could not have planned for it to be as good as it was. So
Yeah.
it was like it was awesome.
Oh yeah, I had somewhat some like I remember the one year at Thanksgiving where I made biscottes for dessert,
Mhm.
and my grandmother was getting a little jealous, so she gave me the stink eye because she was like the cookie queen
Uh-huh.
in our family. So it's like the fact that I brought to a family gathering biscottes to compete with her stuff. She was like the stink eye. But yeah, holidays are with the families, with families in general, are always interesting.
Yeah.
But I think that about wraps up this part here.
Yeah.
So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this podcast.